Are you tired of feeling like a hamster on a wheel, keep running in one spot going nowhere? Does the very thought of going to work on Monday makes you want to pull back those covers over your head or just to binge on Netflix? Or worse yet, send you to the bathroom with stomach problems? Well, fear not. You're not the only one in this problem that you hate your job. Today in this video, we're going to be going through the practical steps that you're going to take to get yourself out of that hamster wheel, out of that nightmare of a job, and get yourself into bliss of earning an income without the additional stress of that 9 to 5 job. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. The Next Level Life Hacks, where we take the next steps needed to grow towards our financial freedom and success. Now, let's get a few things straight here. Not everyone hates their job. There are some persons out there who absolutely love their job. I have remembered jobs in the past that I loved going to each day just because of the camaraderie of the team, the working environment, and just how motivated I felt in terms of helping others. Now, a lot of times, us content creators tend to go a bit overboard in thinking that, hey, everyone is unhappy in their job, everyone cannot get rich from their 9 to 5 jobs, and therefore we as content creators need to save them from that abyss. Not everyone is in that situation. I'm not going to assume that. What I'm going to be doing though is that I know that there are a great enough amount of persons that are in jobs and they would just like some practical, down-to-earth suggestions as to how they can improve their situation. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at is to just acknowledge which one you are. Acknowledge your situation and come to grips with it. If you are spending most of your waking hours in a certain environment, then it should not be stress-free. It should bring you some amount of pleasure, enjoyment, or to just be comfortable, to say the least. If it is that you're highly uncomfortable and you are not earning enough to justify that discomfort, then a change is needed. So let's take action now. However, we are not just going to jump into a situation and make a quick decision. It needs to be thought out properly, and that's how I'm going to be helping you today, to give you some suggestions as to how you can realistically change your situation. Now, once you have made that decision that your working environment is one that you are sure that you are not comfortable in and that you want to leave that job, here is my first recommendation. Start applying immediately for new jobs at different companies. Keep your same field. Statistics show that majority of persons who simply changed their employer and stayed in the same field, they have earned more in terms of wages and salaries. So therefore, you are holding yourself back from earning more and also the pleasure of getting a new working environment, new persons to be around, more comfort, by not simply changing the company that you're working with. Check out websites like Indeed and ZipRecruiter. And the reason I like Indeed and ZipRecruiter is that once you adjust your resume to what you're looking for and you upload it into the system, creating your profile and how you want to be or prefer to be communicated with, then it's just a matter of you being forwarded positions or vacancies that would suit your preferences. Now, I love the fact that I would just be looking at emails, sorting through the different offers or job vacancies that are available out there, and then with just one click of a button, you are able to apply for that job, and if you are considered, to schedule an interview. That's pretty simple. So start changing your situation right now. I can remember that when I have been in jobs in the past and wanted to do a change, I felt so more motivated and empowered just by the fact that I started to job hunt and to look for different jobs. It made me immediately happier. I would compare it to the boost and the energy you feel just from planning your vacation. There is research that shows that just by planning your vacation is sometimes even more enjoyable than the vacation itself. So just by the fact that you know that you are taking action, find a new job makes you happier and make you able to tolerate your current workplace much more. The other reason why I'm recommending staying in your current field but changing the company is that it might not be what exactly that you're doing as your job function. It might be the boss, your co-worker, where the office is location, your own workspace that is creating the discomfort and is causing the stress. So therefore, if you stay in the same field but take yourself out of that environment or community, you could drastically increase your comfort level. Now, I really want to drive home the point that one should not stay in a stressful situation, whether it be in a relationship, personal relationship, or work relationship, just because of the impact that stress has on the body. In just doing a simple search on Google WebMD, I know that's a preliminary search and we can dive deeper into more research, but this shows that 75 to 90% of doctors' visits are caused by stress-related issues. That's significant. Stress plays a part in many health-related issues, from depression because you're stressed to eating disorders. A lot of persons eat more or eat less because they are feeling stress or anxiety. Heart-related issues are also related to stress because if you are stressed, your blood pressure and your pulse rate might be increased, causing further stress on your heart. So this can cause heart-related issues as well. Other impacts of stress are weight gain, especially if you eat more while you're stressed. And then the weight gain in and of itself causes more stress and causes you to eat more. So it is an endless cycle. Persons go through sleeping disorders as well because if you are stressed, then you are unable to sleep because you have an overactive mind thinking of everything that is stressing you. So reduce stress as much as possible. And if the workplace is causing you stress, then you need to leave it. Now, the other aspect of keeping the same field that you're working in but changing the company or your employer could be that you could stay in your same field, but then you would become your own boss, your own employer, become self-employed. And this is where freelancing becomes important. If you have remained on this job for a significant time and you have developed certain skills, you may have even developed certain relationships with key persons in the industry that then you can branch off on your own, and then you can continue these relationships to your own benefit. Remember that while you are an employee, you are only earning a fraction of what you could be earning if you were self-employed. If you even look at the taxing category that you are in as a W-2 worker, compared to when you're a 1099 and the things that you can write off as business expenses, you could be earning the same gross amount. But when it comes onto the net amount, it can be significantly higher as a 1099 as a self-employed person. And you can go back to previous videos that I have done in terms of freelancing and the vast benefits that it has in terms of earning more, having more flexibility of time, and being able to travel the world more, and the different websites and platforms that you can advertise your service. So stay in your own field, change your employer, be your own boss. Now, realistically, because remember I said us content creators tend to go overboard thinking that everyone should just jump and leave their full-time job and become entrepreneurs. No, take it slowly is my tip to you. If it is that you realize that you definitely want to leave your place of employment, start a side hustle in the very same thing that you want to branch off into. So if you have your skills on the job, start offering them on the side as a freelancer. Once your customer base has established and grown to a certain level, then you transition from the job to your own company, to your own employment. And that is the best strategy that you can use. Do not do a quick cold turkey change because, hey, let's be realistic. We have expenses, we have a lifestyle. Depending on your age and your stage in life, then there are responsibilities that you cannot just dive into your own business immediately. Also, starting up a new business venture can be expensive. So if you also do not have the savings in place currently, then start with developing your savings while you're employed. Remember I said once you have an income, then you can become wealthy. So start your savings more aggressively, then you can use that as your capital to start your new venture. Remember as well that not every new venture requires capital. I did a previous video, which I will also link below, that shows you that you can start developing your business from zero or from being broke. So stay in the same field, change your employer, becoming self-employed, but do it practically, realistically, and logically, and not make any sudden moves that could have you in a worst case scenario, because the worst thing you want to happen is that you go crawling back to your previous employer begging back for the job. My next pro tip to you is that if and when you decide to leave your current job, do not burn bridges behind you. It is a small world in the different industries, and you never know who knows who. So therefore, do it professionally and do it ethically in terms of leaving. Remember I said before that you might have developed contacts in your current workplace that you can use to your advantage when setting up your own business. That also needs to be done properly, and it needs to be done ethically, and it needs to be done legally. If you have a non-competing clause in your contract that you are employed in, careful how you might continue with those business relationships, because you may be held liable for developing or continuing those relationships or taking customers from your current or previous workplace. So be careful. My next advice is that you could be changing your field that you're working in and also be changing your employer entirely. Now, this could be a bigger leap for you, but it could be potentially much more rewarding. There are industries that exist that you might not currently be in that can give you a higher return for the labor that you are expending on the job. So therefore, start investigating other fields of work or industries that you have some amount of interest in, that you can learn that skill or that you can develop some experience in that area, then switch completely. Again, I'm going to be giving you the same advice that I did for starting any new business. This needs to be done carefully. Do not switch cold turkey. While you are in your current position, start doing some courses online or in person that has you investigating or researching that new area of skill. Do some free online courses, watch YouTube videos, look at reviews, testimonies of persons in those fields, then get the skill or experience in those areas part-time while you're still on your full-time job. Also, if it requires certification, do weekend classes, evening classes, take some paid leave from work, or if it is even not allowed, take a leave of absence without pay for a period after you have saved up some money though, and that is where your emergency fund comes in handy, and go and take that course and get certified. Once you become certified in this course, then part-time again, start doing those side hustles that you can develop the skill. It also gives you an opportunity to find out if that is really an area that you'd like to venture in. But take it slow, do it part-time. If you like it, if you are earning enough that is comparable, not even has to be the same amount you're getting on the full-time job, because it will grow once you are in it full-time, then you can transition to this new area, this new job, this new industry. Now, in the interest of time, my friends, I'm going to cut it right there in terms of my advice to you for getting out of that full-time job that is draining your energy and causing you stress. Remember, it's not an overnight decision. It needs to be properly thought out. However, I think it is worth it for you to take the step if it is that you are being stressed in a job, especially because the impact and the negative effects of being in a stressful job, they are so high and can be detrimental. Now, as usual, my friends, if you have found any part of this content to be beneficial for you, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me below other suggestions that you might have for someone wanting to get out of a stressful job as well, so that they can have success in transitioning. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one.